Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Londi Wetlamini. Together with my colleague Dineo Simenya, we will be taking you through the presentation about the individual differences on career choices and the satisfaction thereof. In order for you to make a good career choice that would most probably satisfy you, you have to ask yourself a question as to what is it that you want to do with the rest of your life in terms of the career. Now, the score points we're going to cover, it's going to be the introduction. We're going to go look at the individual differences in the career choices and satisfactions, which are the interest, personality, values, ability and aptitude, needs, and then we conclude. Now, when you start off with an introduction, a career choice has lately become a very complicated science, considering that the decision is influenced by numerous factors, including the individual differences such as the personality, as I've mentioned before, the values, the interests, the needs, ability, and aptitude. The perspective of industrial organization was applied in the military as an organization since the Second World War, and psychologists have studied military jobs and the occupations. On the contrary, military as an organization utilized its human resource development functions for the development of people in order to meet the employment needs of the organization. The significance of career choice can be underscored by the influence careers have on individuals' income, standard of living, status in society, social contact, as well as emotional health and feeling of self-worth. Individuals at some point in time they are confronted by challenges of occupational choices, and many of them encounter problems when they are still at school, as they are being required to choose the study programs which will help them and lead them to their future careers. It makes it easier and clear to choose a career as a learner or as a child whenever there is a parent or there is a teacher or there is a career officer as well as a psychologist that is there to give you the career guidance as part of their daily work. Factors such as standard of living, social contacts, individuals' income, as well as the feeling of self-worth plays a very important role in career choice and satisfaction. Therefore, it is important for individuals to make suitable career decisions in order to save resources in education and training and to avoid uncertainties, because once the career is chosen, chances are more likely to affect the individuals throughout their lives. The second aspect of an individual differences is the interest. Interest refers to what a person likes or enjoys, preferences for activities and events. Think about the experiences that you have enjoyed as a person. Think of the kind of school you went to, the religious group that you've been to, social contacts that you've been exposed to, and sports activities that you like the most. One of the most important stages in choosing a career is through thinking and exploring about own interest. Exploration of career can also help an individual to formulate ideas about different job roles that could suit him or her in the organization that one might like to work in. Interest refers to what a person likes or enjoy, preferences for activities and events. Most people are heavily influenced by either the professions that their parents favor or the ones that their educational achievements have opened for them. Some individuals are influenced by careers that offer prospects of higher benefits, including salaries, allowances, and holidays. However, there are also those who choose to follow careers that have a passion for, regardless of the prospects of benefits, for the reason that the career is a critical element in determining an individual's daily routine, life activities, standard of living, and the spiritual and social aspects of life. The role of values in a career choice and satisfaction. Values as the second difference one person has from another. Values, they are beliefs that guide the way people live. When you have clear values, you know what you want out of your life. You can then choose a career that is suited for your values. People who are not aware of their strengths and weaknesses or even their personal traits are more likely to make errors when making a career choice decision. And that is more likely to lead to a mismatch between their values and those values satisfied for the job, and that will result in lower job satisfaction, lower levels of success, and shorter job tenure. Highly prioritized work values are the most important determinants of career choice for people with individualism social. The group of family members who hold the collective values are heavily influencing the career decision making process of individuals who hold collective social values. The result will be that the occupations chosen will correlate less with the individual's work values than it is in the case with individuals who have the individualism and make their own career choices. People who have individualism has the ability to make accurate estimations in the success of their occupation, satisfies them. And for those individuals who hold collective social values, they make estimations of occupational and satisfaction depends on their societal decisions. There are different dimensions of values as explained by Brown. The first one is achievement. Achievement means that it is the significance of using one's abilities and having a feeling of accomplishment. Secondly, it is the altruism. Altruism, it is the importance of harmony and being of service to others. And then the third one is autonomy. Autonomy, it has the importance of being independent and having a sense of control. And then the fourth one is the comfort, which is the importance of feeling comfortable and not being stressed. The fifth one is safety, which is the importance of stability, order, and predictability. And then lastly, it is the status, which is the importance of recognition and being in a dominant position. When we go to the third aspect of an individual difference, we're looking at the needs, the role of needs in the career choice as well as satisfaction. We must remember that a career gives people the direction of their lives, and there are five fundamental elements which Maslow identified as the hierarchy of needs and that are needed in order to reach the self actualization stage. And the hierarchy of needs, which include five fundamental elements needed in order to reach the stage of self actualization. And then the elements of needs are explained in a form of a pyramid, in the form of a pyramid table, which includes the physiological needs, safety needs, belonging needs, esteem needs, and self actualization. The pyramid looks like this. The first one is the physiological needs and safety. Those are the basic needs. And according to Maslow, you cannot jump the stage or you cannot jump to self actualization without meeting the needs below self actualization. Meaning, you must first meet the physiological needs, and then you move to safety needs, and you move to love or belonging needs. Then you move to self esteem needs, and then you get to self actualization needs. Once you've reached the top part of the pyramid, it means that the career choice that you made is satisfying you, and therefore you're going to have a high job performance because of the satisfaction that you have in your workplace. Now, when you go deep into details with the physiological needs, these are kinds of needs that are mainly for survival. And at this stage of life, the main focus on career choice is mainly on making a living for the individuals. These may be the reason why people acquire jobs and remain in the same occupation. Physiological needs at workplace include the factors that make up the work environment conducive and user friendly, and therefore, it is important for people to be able to balance their physiological needs with learning while continuing to improve their situation, enhancing job satisfaction, and be able to create appropriate opportunities for the future. The second base of need is the safety. Safety needs. Military as an organization has put in place security and safety needs as stipulated by Maslow. Remember, the safety needs, they include things like security of the body, of employment, of resources, security of morality, security of the family, security of health, as well as property. Now, individuals they join and stay in the defense force due to the fact that the organization as a whole provides for safety and security in the workplace by means of medical aids, accommodation, benefits, and the benefits are with reasonable allowances as compared to the other civilian organizations. Work related stress results from the lack of safety and security in the workplace, which can impose major consequences within the workplace and outside the workplace as well. Now, the third step in the hierarchy of needs is love and belonging needs. Love and belonging needs. Cohesion plays a very important role in the military as it promotes the sense of belonging, the feeling of oneness. It is very important to observe the spirit of love and belonging in the SNDF. Ignorance of this phenomenon may lead to mission failures. These needs are essential from all stages of development in the military. For an example, during the basic military training, one needs not to feel singled out from other members. Esprit de corps is important in order to ensure that members are coping with hardships of the environment of the military environment. Some operations in the military they involve deployments in foreign countries, away from the families, away from the family members whom they give love and they give you the sense of belonging to be part of the family. Now, the peer to peer support relationship in this regard is very much important in ensuring that citizenship of employees within the organization, and is also going to ensure the job satisfaction when these kind of needs are met. The self esteem needs as the fourth stage in the pyramid hierarchy of needs. Self esteem is almost the same as sense of belonging because it entails the recognition, having confidence in one's own worth of or respect. It is important to praise or to have confidence in someone's work in the workplace as it is having an impact on the employee's decisions to stay or leave the organization. A self-esteem needs they include things like confidence, achievements, respect of others, or respect by others. And then the last stage in the hierarchy of needs is the self actualization stage, which was the stage is the top or is the last part of the pyramid. I'll repeat myself, the self actualization stage, which is the top stage in the hierarchy of needs, as Maslow has said. This stage includes the morality, the creativity, the spontaneity, the problem solving, the lack of prejudice, and the acceptance of facts. Self-actualization stage is a point where individuals they tend to realize that they have achieved their full potential by looking at the path and where it has led them to their ultimate goal of achievement. Learning how and where one can apply his or her skills and knowledge greatly impacts the future of seeing themselves having. This stage within the stage within career results in peak experiences that make an individual a better employee and a member of the society. Another aspect of individuals' differences is personality. Personality is an individual's unique constellation of consistent behavioral traits, and these traits they serve as driving forces in career choice and satisfaction. According to Holland's theory, individuals tend to choose careers that best suit their personality profiles. In addition, other authors discovered that there are two factors that influence or affect the career choice and satisfaction, and that is career certainty and career indecision. Career certainty refers to certainty of the decision taken, and career indecision refers to information provided about a specific job or a career that might obstruct or hamper the findings of on career certainty and its relatedness to other constructs or other career constructs such as structure of interest, academic stability, self efficacy, contextual support, and etc. etc. The list is endless. Now, the role of personality in career choice, there was a study that was conducted by Holland in his theory where he discovered that people face difficulties when making certain career decisions, especially when they score high on completely different domains. And he concluded by suggesting that checking the personality profile of individuals when making career choices is of importance. Now, Brown stated that individuals will enjoy and interact with environment when they are with the personality traits that matches the environment. The personality of an individual can include what he or she likes and the types of roles or workplace that will be suitable for him or her. For an example, a mechanic people are more likely to be successful and satisfied if they choose a job that has mechanic environment, like choosing to be a mechanical engineering or an aircraft engineering, or in the SNTF, people that are working within the LWT section. Holland in 1973 stated that the satisfaction, stability, and achievement depend on the congruence between the personality of an individual and the environment in which one works. People of the same personality type working together, they create a work environment that best fits their type. According to Spokane, if there is a lack of harmony between the individual's personality and their working environment, which raises the question of person environment fit, it may lead to individuals modifying their behavior in order to seek stability at work. And on the other hand, career certainty is seen to be connected with personality traits congruent with the chosen career. Holland developed a theory that is helping people to effectively make career decisions by means of identifying their personality type and best suit it with matching career options. He has found that for a person to make a career decision, he or she needs to first understand his or her vocational type of personality. And he also sees a career choice as a match between the personality and the work environment. He put the emphasis that the six different personalities, which are realistic, investigative, artistic, social, enterprising, and conventional, differ from person to person, and so are the chances that the career choice will differ from person to person. And then according to other authors, the person is able to successfully perform job responsibilities based on his or her abilities and job abilities. Different personality types which include realistic, investigative, artistic, social, enterprising, and conventional are described as follows. When we start with the realistic one, the realistic individuals are called doers because they are more active, independent, and gets pleasure from doing manual activities, plants and animals, or tools such as building, mechanics, and machinery operation. These individuals, or the individuals with this type of a personality, they get joy or they become happy when they are involved in activities that requires their physical hands-on and the task given. Pragmatic people tend to best fit in this category of realistic people simply because they physically task orientated. And the typical realistic careers it includes the mechanic, the engineer, and the military. Investigative kind of people. Investigative people are independent thinkers and unconventional, who are curious and very intuitive. Individuals with this type of personality are observant, analytic, and they enjoy mathematics and they like solving highly complex problems. Research and scientific activities. We people who fall in this type of a personality, they are focused on creative problem solving and they do not seek leadership roles as they usually prefer to work independently. These people these individuals, they lack leadership and persuading skills and mostly want to work alone, especially in computer programming industries. It is important for the military to take note of these kind of personalities when addressing issues of job fit and person environment fit. The job fit and person environment fit has been a serious problem in the defense force. Many people have left the system claiming the issues of them not fitting in an organization. And the military is a diversified organization and it has almost all job careers that are also available in the outside world. Investigative careers, they can include things like chemistry, biologists, mathematicians, or even computer programmers. The artistic people are creators who seek opportunity to express themselves through artistic creation. They like flexibility in their lives and ambiguity. They use hands and their minds to create new ideas, and new ideas they serve as their strong point of artistic people. Craftwork and creativity is their form of communication to express their feelings since they are very sensitive to situations and they enjoy making things or performing their skills, which includes painting, drawing, musical performance in front of other people to create a joyful environment. Social people. Social people or social occupational personalities are more like extroverts. They desire their energy from being surrounded by other people. Developing, counseling, and training other people are their key points. In the military, instructors, social workers, or even training and development officers are the ones that best fit in this personal trait. Their focus is on human relationships and they enjoy social activities and solving interpersonal problems. Studies that was conducted by many researchers confirmed that people with social personality trait enjoy solving problems through brainstorming by collective efforts by of the members of the group by using their interpersonal skills avoiding. I say again, studies that were conducted by many researchers confirm that people with social personality traits, they enjoy solving problems through brainstorming by collective efforts of the members of the group, using their interpersonal skills, and they avoiding activities that involves the use of machines or equipment. They view themselves as understanding, helpful, cheerful, and skilled in teaching but lacking the mechanical abilities. The enterprising people. Enterprising individuals are the persuaders. They have high level of energy and self-confidence and they like to organize projects and make decisions. They like activities where they act as leader and influence other people such as selling things and ideas. They are energized by a new systematic way of performing tasks and activities in order to achieve the organizational goal. They view themselves as skilled leaders who can speak effectively in the public even though they lack scientific abilities. And in the military, such people are mostly the commanders who are in charge of a group of people where they also exercise their leadership skills through giving orders to their subordinates. Typical enterprising careers, they include the catering managers, salesperson, and conference or event organizers. Conventional people, they are organizers. They like structured jobs and they enjoy working with instructions and numbers. They often organize data and write reports. They are more they are more comfortable when working in environments or organizations in with a line of communication, where a line of communication is established through the channels of command, and they prefer to carry out well defined instruction when they are in leadership roles. Conventional people view themselves as responsible and good in following specific sets of plan in an orderly fashion in which they possess clerical, organizational, and numerical abilities, such as the budget managers, the procurement managers in the case of the SANDF. Now, in sum up with this, with the personality traits, individuals always seek for environment in which their skills, abilities can be effectively used and easily express their attitudes and values. For an example, investigative type of people, they search for investigative environment. Artistic types of people, they look for the artistic environment, and so forth and so forth. Now, the question that you have to ask yourself is that what role does a personality traits play? We have people that are investigative, we have the artistic people, we have social people, enterprising people, conventional people, as well as the realistic people. Now, the question that we have to focus on is that you as an individual, where are you? Moving on to the role of the ability and the aptitude in career choice and satisfaction. We are going to start with the ability. Ability is a physical or mental capacity to complete a specific act or task given. The ability assessments, they consist of series of timed task or work samples and measure to relative ease with which an individual can perform the task. The results, they indicate the strengths and weaknesses and serves as a predator in specific abilities of what an individual can be able to do now and will be potentially be able to do in the future. Thus, for an example, a person with strong mechanical abilities has already acquired a high level of proficiency in with mechanical activities when compared to his or her peers and has the potential to acquire even more proficiency with appropriate experience. A skill corresponds to competence, proficiency that has been acquired through practice and repeated use. Skills can be domain general and they can also be domain specific, where in domain general it could be interpersonal communications or leadership, and then domain specific is the ability to analyze blueprints. Workplace skills may be assessed in different ways, including observation of task performance, educational credentialing, or task performance outcome in the employment context. In a career counseling context, self estimate of skill may be useful in consideration of appraisal of occupational requirements, alternate careers, self promotion, training needs, and educational planning. Skills are similar to abilities in that they give self knowledge which can be used to evaluate fit between the specific requirement of an occupation and the potential employee. Because skills are dependent on learning or training, they are thought to be more easily manipulated than abilities. Aptitude is the learning to learn, learning to reason, learning to find and solve problems, learning to be interested in and industrious, to persevere, to achieve in the face of novelty, complexity, adversity, and change. it is actually a potential. In a career counseling context, aptitude can be viewed as a likelihood of learning or acquiring the skills required by the occupation. Most measures used in counseling are both ability and aptitude tests, in that they provide scores to estimate a person's current level of performance and the potential, as well as the potential for future success in different occupations. Job related abilities are one of the most influential individual characteristics. Abilities describe what a person can do now or what a person is good at. The skills that a person have developed throughout his or her life so far. Ability tests, they are commonly used during recruitment and selection processes where they measure the intellect level of an individual. In conclusion, individual differences has to be taken into consideration in career choices in order to address issues of person environment fit or person job fit, as well as the overall satisfaction, whether the organizational satisfaction with an employee that they've employed, as well as the employee's satisfaction with the job or the career that they've chose. By looking at all these individuals, such as the interests, the values, the abilities and aptitude, personalities, and needs, they have to be taken into consideration. Once that has done, we will reach the peak level of the organizational success as well as the personal success. I thank you.